I decided to convert and do my shahada and start my journey.
Christian, last Tuesday you posted about your conversion to Islam on
Yes,
Instagram. Okay, what makes you interested in joining Islam?
yes. Basically, it starts. I put the seed of Islam in my heart since I was in Penang, in Malaysia,
Oh.
because as I remember, I see all my teammates pray all together,
Mm.
have this very strong relationship to each other, help each other. And my big friend, my close friend, Hilal El Khelwe, he was my example at the time, when I was in Penang. And he introduced me to the religion. And, that time was very nice, very nice. And then I arrived in Indonesia and it finally blossomed. When the
Mm.
flower come out beautifully, I arrived here in Indonesia and the feeling in my heart to follow the religion of Islam and become Muslim, it becomes so clear. And I really felt, um, this strong emotion, strong feeling that drives me to
Mm.
embrace Allah. And so I decided to convert and do my shahada and, start my journey.
Who guided you the most in joining Islam?
Um, I think there are many, not many, but few people that gives me the insight. For example, as I told you now, Hilal El Khelwe, um, Javlon Guzainov, that is my teammate in Persita, and
Mm.
the other center back, and also a woman that is called Amanda Gonzalez. She
Oh,
gave me
okay.
also this good influence. And then I start this book that it calls the Secrets of Divine Love. And since I start this book, I don't know why I have this strange feeling that I wasn't reading the book, but was the book that was reading me. And I never felt something like that, like so strong. All the sentence of the Quran, all the teaching I read in this book, it was very strong for me and it touched my heart and my feelings. I have very usually have goosebumps. Meanwhile, I read the book and everything. And so I say, it's something different because before I was Christian, I try also to follow Buddhism, but nothing in my life, it felt like Islam. And
Mm.
then it happens like since I joined Indonesia, uh, I decided to convert after 3 months, 3 months. But it's not about the time, it's like
Mhm.
how I felt it and how it grows up very strongly in my heart. And now I'm totally surrounded by Allah, and I'm ready to, abandon my past and all the credence that I have from before and start my path in Islam and try to learn as much as I can and try to follow the Islam way.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah for that. Okay,
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, you mentioned about Amanda Gonzalez. Is that also one of the factors in your conversion?
Yes, definitely,
Mm.
definitely. Since I met her, she gave me so much knowledge, so much lessons about Islam, and she was the one that gives me the book. She gives me the the book to read. And yes, if I have to say, she have also a good influence on my changing. But what I want to say is like it was a full decision of myself. Like these
Mm.
people around me, yes, they give me a good influence to follow, but everything starts inside you. And for what I felt is like really, I don't know how to explain, but it really touched me. It's something from high, and it was so clear. Never in my life I have this feeling that all the things is coming to my life is so clear, and I feel like my head, my body, and my soul are finally aligned.
Mhm.
And this is for me very important because I finally find happiness. I have my family. I have my purpose in life, and I finally find God, you know.
Mm. Yeah, how was your family and friends' reaction when you told them that you wanted to convert? Are there any challenges for you?
I was I was surprised. I was surprised because when you take some big decisions like this in your life, um, most of the time happens that you will be criticized, you know.
Mm.
And it happens with some of my friends and some of my teammates as well. But it's normal. It's normal. But the most important was my family. And when I have the time to tell them, listen, mom, dad, I turned to Muslim, I turned to Islam. I was shocked because my father and mother, they look at me, they smile, and they say, Christian, as long as we see you happy like this, and feel that you are happy and everything, we don't care which religion you follow. You can be Christian, you can be Jewish, you can be Buddhism, Muslim, whatever. But since your heart is good, your mind also, and your spirit, and you believe in God, we are here to support you because we are your family, and it's not our life, it's your life. So the decision you take is all up to you, is all on you, and you will see if in the future will be the right one, or you have to adjust. But I told them, parents, I'm really clear on this decision, and I want to follow it. So I was very happy and very surprised in a good way because I didn't expect that my family support me 100% like that.
Do you have a Muslim name and or you already have choose a Muslim name for yourself?
Muslim name? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I decided to call myself Yasir Ali
Okay, why did you choose that name?
because I see the meaning of this Arabic name, Muslim name, and Yasir is number one,
Mhm.
and Ali is leader. So I try to connect both and create the name leader number one because in my life my dream is to become one of the greatest defender in Asia. So I can inspire people in the way I like to join football, my passion for football and Islam. And this is my goal. And that's why I decided that name.
Okay, so you play in Indonesia and Malaysia. So based on your experience, what's the difference between these two leagues, in your
Yes.
opinion?
All right. So I think that the biggest difference from Malaysia and Indonesia is the level of the teams inside the league. So in Malaysia, what I see, we have JDT. The JDT is the face of Malaysia. So as you see also now in this season, they are literally overwork all the teams, even Selangor, even Sabah, even Terengganu, that are the teams that fight for the league. They they um, they beat them in a very strong way. So this one is the aspect that I see in Malaysia, that we have this big strong house that is JDT. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, yes, we have teams like Jakarta, Persib Bandung, Persibaya, and these teams that are very strong, but averagely all the teams in Indonesia, they can beat them. I mean, everybody have the chance to fight for the title, and this one makes Indonesia more, how to say,
Competitive.
mm, yes, exactly,
Uh,
exactly, because
mm,
each team have the fire, have the hunger to fight for the title. That's, I think, is the biggest difference from the two
mm.
leagues. But I think that both leagues are very good for develop for young players like me that I have 24. But even for youngest, they if they join Indonesia or Malaysia, they have good chance to improve because they face players that have a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, a lot of skills and everything. So it's a very good platform, both leagues.
Uh, Why do you think the club in Malaysia have big gap between each other, and in Indonesia, each club has equal chance of winning and they're very competitive? Why do you think it's like that in Malaysia?
I think because of the, in football we speak about passion, it's a game and everything, but today it's a business,
Oh,
it's about money. And teams like JDT that have support from the prince and from the government have very good chance. They are not only good in their league, not only Malaysia, even in Champions League, even outside Malaysia, they have a very strong power, and that makes the difference. When it's not sad to say, it's like the reality that even in Europe you will see like Manchester City, Juventus or whatever, or Manchester United, who have the most money have better chance to play and to compete for the titles and winning, and this is the case of Malaysia. And I don't know how uh, the other teams we can reach that level, because JDT right now have a very big, very, very big gap in comparison of the other teams.
yeah. What's your opinion on JDT performance? Do you think 10 years time they will still dominate Malaysian Super League?
Of course, definitely, definitely. I see the organization. They have. I have also some teammates in my national team. They play there as Carly de Murgen, Bienvenido Marañón. They play there for one season, and they tell me that the organization is like Europe, and not Europe of middle table or low table, like high level. The stadium is very nice and very organized. It's new. It's one of the best stadium. I think in 2021 or 2022, they nominate the best stadium of all world because of the facilities and the quality and everything. Then they have the president that is a very resilient guy that he really care about his team, and he supports, and he has very passion, and that's very important. Then inside the players and the coaches, from the staff to the guy that make the kid man, they're all motivated to winning. They all go every day to win. And so when you have an old organization that go and drive at the same pace, in the same direction, they are unstoppable. And this is
Mm.
happening in JDT right now. And I think also in the next 10 years or 15 years, they will build, they already built the legacy, So I guess they will keep going like this.
Mm. Yeah, comparing your previous performance to your current performance, you have 3 goals out of 11 matches in Indonesia. Are there any reasons for your improvement lately?
Yeah, basically, for what I see in myself, I was very, I wasn't mature enough when I first joined Malaysia Super League. I was very young, without experience and everything, and maybe I can say that the pressure at the time for me was a little bit high, and I didn't handle it in the right way. Because for what I know now, for the guy I am now, the man I am now, if I go back to Malaysia, I will deal with the situation I have in Penang and Kelantan differently, because I'm a different person. I grow up, I become more mature and everything. That's why I do um, some improvements during this last year and a half that give me the chance now to be the way I am now. So confident with experience, uh, and I don't have any more fear or worries during my games. And as you see, in my last weeks, in my last games, I all play with a different mindset. So even if I make a mistake, I don't put my head down. I don't give up, and I try always to find the details that gives me the chance to improve every day. For me, it's a daily work. It's not like thinking too much of the future. Of course, I have a goal. I put in front of me a goal that drives me, but the most important for me right now is the present. I don't live anymore in the past. I don't focus too much on the future. I live in the present. So I wake up in the morning. I write it down what I have to do. I write it down what is the things that are more important today that I have to do to improve. And then I put in the work and finish. And then I'm happy, and this is like the work and the truth that come out after all these days that you put together, that at the end of the day, it gives you results.
Do you have any plans to play in other countries or most probably come back to Malaysia?
Oh, like I say, the future is unpredictable. And of course, I would like to play in bigger leagues. For example, South Korea, Japan, or even Saudi Arabia, that now is in very big development and all the players are going there. But you never know, you never know. So for what I say is like the most important is the present. You have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to embrace the people and the situations and the small things that you have right now and be grateful. And then if you work in the right way, all these things that maybe for other people it looks crazy or look like impossible, trust me, it become the reality one day.
Okay, Christian, last but not least, can you speak Malay or Indonesian language?
Oh, I wonder. I'm trying my best to learn now Bahasa, and I only know like few words like apa kabar or selamat
Oh,
pagi, sore, and these little things just to try to have a conversation with the local players and everything. But step by step, I think I will learn because it's very important. Living in a different country, you can expect that everybody speak English. So you have also to respect the language and the culture of the people where you're living in the country where you're living. So since I start living in Indonesia, I try step by step, little by little, to learn the language and maybe also Malay in the future. Who knows?
okay. Okay, so that's all for now. Christian, I wish you good luck and hope you enjoy your new journey. Thank you again for being with us today. Okay, kepada fans Harimau Malaya, stay up to date with us. Bye.
Thank you so much.